Appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. The time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you. Sandeep is our next speaker, and he joined our club just in October, and he joined with the intent of seeking to enhance his speaking skills. And as Curtis mentioned, it is speech number 2 tonight, speech entitled Success. Hand for Sandeep.
Success. We all want success in life in whatever we do, whether it is running, cycling, or our career, or learning to speak better. And it has been there has been a lot written on this subject called success, and it is very difficult for me to speak all of in 5 to 8 minutes. But I'll try to share the 3 most important areas which we need to look at to succeed. In my opinion, these are the 3 very important areas. So let me take you to the first one. To illustrate the first one, I would like to take you to a story which happened around 2,000 years ago. This happened between Socrates and a young man. A young man asked Socrates this recipe of success, and he asked him the secret to success. Socrates told him to come down near the river next day morning. So this man, the young man, met Socrates near the river, and Socrates took him inside the river, and as soon as they were inside the river and the water was about to reach his neck, Socrates, who was a little more powerful than this young man, held his neck and ducked him into the water, and kept doing it 2-3 times till the time that the young man was about to turn blue. He took him out and looked at him. Young man was certainly not happy at that point of time. And Socrates asked him, he said, what did you want when you were down there under? The young man replied that I wanted air. He said, if you look for success with the same intensity as you were looking at air, the success will be yours. Okay. So it is always said that a burning desire is usually the starting point of all accomplishments. But I believe it is not enough. We need to spice it up with intensity, with massive work, to make it a potent vehicle and a potent potion for success. So I believe desire and intensity will be my first important ingredient. So let me move on to the next illustration to drive upon the next ingredient I believe which is important. Now I'll take you, instead of 2,000 years, I'll take you to 5,000 years back, which happened in India. And as you know, that the word guru came from India, and in Indian history, Guru Dronacharya, so it spells like this, Guru Dronacharya, I don't know. So this man was considered the most ultimate guru in the Indian history. So the word guru actually denotes or it represents this man. So he had a very excellent or amazing student called Arjuna, and Guru Dronacharya was trying to teach a particular lesson in a day to Arjuna and his friends, and to Arjuna and his other classmates. He took all of them to near the pond. And as they approached the pond, they looked at the pond. There was water in the pond, and there was a pole. And on top of the pole, there was a fish which was swiveling around with the wind. And Guru told everybody to look at the reflection of the fish and aim, and they were all archers, I forgot to tell you, but they were, and aim like this, looking at the reflection and hit the eye of the fish. So one after another, everybody tried aiming at the fish, looking at the reflection, and as they were about to do it, everybody was asked the same question. And the question was, what do you see? And all the students replied, I see something like wind, the fish, the pond, the water, the sky. Everybody said something or the other. And then his favorite student, who was considered the best archer in the world, came in. When Arjuna came in and aimed at looking at the reflection of the fish, he was asked the same question, what do you see? Arjuna replied, I see the eye of the fish. Guru was very happy to hear that if one person understands that focus is the essential ingredient to succeed, and he wanted to drive upon this point to all of his students, that we need to be focused to succeed in life. When we are talking of focus, I would like to also share that when we go and take gold, we focus on the gold. We don't focus on the tons of dirt which we need to move to pick an ounce of gold. We focus on that ounce of gold, not the tons of. Let's move on to the third point, which I would like to say. Now, third point, this story didn't happen any years ago. This is a symbolic story. An eagle's egg was somehow landed in a chicken's nest. Hen hatched the egg, and an eaglet was born. Right. So eaglet and all the chicken friends hanged around in the same area, and they did the same thing. Went and picked the grains from the dirt, and they flew also a few feet away everywhere, and they were enjoying their life hanging around in the same area. And one day this eaglet saw a bird in the sky which was majestically and outstandingly flying. And he said, who is this bird? This eaglet's friend, the chicken friend, said, oh, this is an outstanding bird. He's an eagle. He can fly like this. You can't. You're a chicken. Right? So without even thinking, without even giving a second thought, this eaglet believed that he's a chicken and spent his entire life like a chicken. So it can be said that this eaglet was born to win but conditioned to lose. So what is more important here? The important point here is that we need to stay away from negative influences. This is very important. And to drive this third point again, I would like to give another example. There was a hunter who bought a dog which has an amazing ability to walk on the water. So to show off his prized catch, he took his best friend on for a hunting session. They kept on killing birds, and he would ask this dog to go and fetch the bird. This dog used to run on the water and bring the bird back to him. So this kept on happening the whole day. In the evening, when they were about to pack up for the day, this friend was expecting a compliment from his friend. This man, the owner of the dog, was expecting a compliment, which he didn't get. So he asked his friend, didn't you see anything special in my dog? He said, yes, I saw something special in your dog. Your dog doesn't know how to swim. Okay. So we need to be away from negative influences. So So if I put myself, my goal of learning, or our goal as a group of learning to be better speakers, and we go through these three things, like the desire, we have the desire, and that's why we are here. We are coming here almost every winter or harsh winter day, and that's the intensity part of it. We are following a set process which has always delivered results, and that's the focus of following the process. And we have all successfully kept all the negative influences out of this window and out of this door. And I'm confident that we all are destined to be better speakers. Thank you very much. How to